6. Subtle signs. They're secretly falling for you. Have you ever looked at her and wondered, is she feeling something? Or am I just imagining it? One moment, she's playful. The next, she's distant. She remembers things you forgot you even said. But when you try to read her, it's like a puzzle with missing pieces. Here's the truth. When someone is secretly falling for you, they rarely say it outright. But psychology never lies. Emotions, even when buried deep, always find a way to leak out, in a glance, in a tone, in the hesitation between words. Today, I'll show you 6 signs, subtle, powerful, and deeply psychological, that she's falling for you, even if she's fighting it. Sign number 1, her eyes don't match her words. You want to know if someone's falling for you? Watch their eyes, always the eyes. Because no matter how composed a woman seems, her gaze will betray the truth her words won't say. When someone is hiding feelings, real, romantic, powerful feelings, they either can't look at you at all, or they look for too long, and both are signs you need to pay attention to. Here's what's really happening beneath the surface. When a woman is developing feelings, especially if she's unsure of how you feel or afraid of how deep it's getting, she enters a state of emotional conflict. On one hand, she wants connection. On the other, she fears vulnerability. So what does the subconscious do? It leaks through the eyes. Let's say you're talking and she keeps breaking eye contact. She looks at the floor, fiddles with her phone, glances at someone else. Anything but locking eyes with you. That's not disinterest, that's defense. Her mind is saying, don't stare too long or he'll see right through me. But then there's the flip side. She does look at you and doesn't look away. It lasts just a little longer than it should. Not awkward, not forced, but emotionally charged. That kind of gaze says something words never could. It's depth. It's connection. It's her trying to send a message without saying a word. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance. When someone's internal emotions don't align with their external behavior, it creates tension. That tension often shows up in eye behavior. She might overcompensate with prolonged gazes or avoid them altogether. Either way, it's not random. Think about the last time you had a deep conversation with her. Did her gaze linger when things got emotional? Did she look away right when the topic got personal? That's not about shyness. That's emotional self-protection. Her eyes are giving you a front row seat to the storm happening inside her. And here's what makes it powerful. You'll feel it. That look? It won't feel casual. It'll stop you mid-thought. Make you forget what you were about to say. Because it's not about seeing you, it's about feeling you. If you want to test this, do something bold but subtle. The next time you're talking and she looks away, pause. Let the silence stretch. Then gently meet her gaze and hold it, just for a moment. Not long enough to be intense, just long enough to say, I see you. Then smile. If her expression softens, if she blushes, fidgets, or smiles back, my friend, you just touched something real. Eyes aren't windows to the soul. They're confession booths, and when she's secretly falling for you, her eyes will say it long before her mouth does. Sign number 2, she teases you in a way that feels personal. You know the difference between a light tease and something that lands differently? It's not just what she says, it's how she says it and who it's directed at. When a girl genuinely likes you, teasing becomes her emotional loophole. It's playful mask hiding her growing affection. Think of teasing as emotional reconnaissance. It's a knowing nudge. Not everyone gets it. She reserves this kind of teasing just for you. And in that mix of admiration, curiosity, and self-protection, she's exposing her interest without risking vulnerability. Here's the psychology. Teasing puts her in a space emotionally closer to you while still maintaining armor. It lets her test the waters. How do you respond? Do you tease back? Do you match the tone? If you do, the emotional rhythm sinks. She's probing. Will he play with me? Will he see me? Picture this scenario. You tell a story about a clumsy moment. Say you tripped at a bar. She laughs, then teases. Nice move, nice entrance. But in that playful jab, there's warmth. The fade between humour and softness tells you it's not random. It's emotionally targeted. Research in relational psychology shows playful teasing boosts closeness when used within emotional boundaries. It's a social lubricant, mixing attraction with safe risk. If she teases everyone the same, that's not a sign. The red flag is when she gives you a nickname no one else gets or calls you out lovingly just to see if you reciprocate. Here's what to notice. It digs deeper than small talk. She jokes about your quirks, something only someone paying attention would use. It's emotionally safe, not mean. There's affection wrapped in the humour. It stops at your reaction. She watches. Does your smile grow bigger? Do you tease her back? That reaction tells her how emotionally safe it is. If she teases you specifically, your laugh, your voice, your habit, that's no accident. She's emotionally aware of you. She's creating a private conversation between the two of you, and that's powerful. Here's a test. Instead of matching her teasing, pause, respond with warm curiosity, laugh, look her in the eyes, then tease her back gently. That tells her you're seen. You accept that invitation to play. It builds emotional chemistry she's been craving, not consciously, but deep inside. Why does teasing work? Because it bypasses resistance. She doesn't feel exposed when she jokes. It's part of her guard, but it also bends one step closer. In every playful jab, her interest sparks. She wants to know, can I tease him and still feel heard? This is emotional distance with permission to test closeness. If you treat it as flirtation, you'll strengthen the connection. If you ignore it, you'll miss a key door she's opening, slowly, emotionally. So pay attention. The second highlight to spot, playful tone, plus reserved target, plus emotional undercurrent. That's your sign. If she seems to tease you more than everyone else, delicately, respectfully, knowingly, you're being emotionally invited. And sometimes an invitation isn't even recognized until both parties step inside. Sign number 3. She gets jealous over things that shouldn't matter. Let's talk about jealousy, the emotion we're taught to hide but never quite escape. When a woman is secretly falling for you, this feeling doesn't show up like it does in movies. There's no dramatic scene or over-the-top confrontation. Instead, it slips out in the quietest moments. And if you're paying attention, you'll notice it. Here's what it looks like in real life. You casually mention a female coworker. Nothing special. Maybe just a funny story or a compliment. Suddenly, her mood shifts. Her response is shorter. Her smile fades slightly. She says something like, "Oh, so she's your work wife now?" with a half smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes. That's not just a joke. That's a flash of unspoken jealousy. When a woman has growing feelings for you but hasn't admitted them yet, her emotional guard is constantly trying to manage how much she reveals. Jealousy is the crack in that armor. It's an involuntary reaction. She can't help it. Her subconscious sees a threat, no matter how small, and instantly responds. Psychologists call this emotional leakage. When someone tries to suppress a strong feeling, it often leaks out in body language, sarcasm, or subtle attitude changes. You'll hear it in her tone, colder, sharper, or overly casual. You'll see it in her eyes, a flash of disappointment, even if she recovers quickly. But here's the thing, she doesn't want to admit she's jealous. That would mean acknowledging her feelings, and that terrifies her more than the jealousy itself. Why? Because confessing attraction means risking rejection. And if she's still uncertain about how you feel, she'd rather act indifferent than expose herself emotionally. So instead, she'll try to hide it behind jokes, playful jabs, or sudden emotional distance. Examples? You talk about plans with a female friend. She says, "Wow, must be nice to have so many options." You mention a girl from your past, and she suddenly changes the subject. You post a photo with another woman, and she responds with silence or a delayed reaction. These aren't just coincidences. They're emotional defenses, jealousy wrapped in nonchalance. And here's the key. She doesn't get jealous about everyone, just the people she subconsciously sees as competition. That means she already views you as someone important. She's emotionally invested, even if she hasn't said a word. So what can you do? First, don't call it out directly. That'll only make her shut down further. Instead, offer subtle reassurance. Mention something specific you appreciate about her. Keep it genuine, not performative. Second, pay attention to patterns. If this jealousy surfaces more than once, if it's tied to any mention of other women, if her tone always shifts in those moments, that's your signal. She's not being petty. She's struggling with unspoken desire and fear. Jealousy isn't always toxic. In small doses, it's actually revealing. It shows care, investment, vulnerability. She's trying to hide how much she wants to matter to you. And if you're noticing it, it means you already do. So next time you sense that strange silence or feel a playful jab wrapped in a tense smile, don't dismiss it. She's not mad, she's not cold, she's just emotionally exposed and hoping you'll see the truth she's too scared to say. Sign number 4. She remembers the little things you say. This is one of the most quietly powerful signs a woman is falling for you, but trying not to show it. When a woman remembers the small, seemingly unimportant details you've mentioned in passing, it's not just a sign of a good memory, it's emotional investment disguised as casual attention. You might think, she just has a good ear, or maybe she's just polite. But think deeper. In a world full of distractions, we don't really listen unless we care. When someone remembers the offhand comment you made about your favorite childhood snack, your dog's weird habit, or that one song you said you liked during a random car ride, it means you've occupied space in her emotional world. Psychologically, this is what's called emotional imprinting. When someone has strong feelings for you, especially unspoken feelings, their brain naturally begins to catalogue data about you. It's involuntary. You become emotionally flagged in their mind. Everything you say, every preference, every habit, every favourite thing, they become bookmarks in her memory. Here's what this might look like. You once mentioned you love black coffee with a splash of oat milk, and 2 weeks later, she brings you exactly that without asking. You told her your favourite show growing up was The Fresh Prince, and months later she references a joke from it just to make you smile. You casually said your mum's birthday was in July, and when July rolls around she asks, "Hey, is it your mum's birthday this week?" Now pause and think. How many people in your life don't remember these things? Probably most. So when she remembers the details, it's not accidental. It's affection speaking in subtle form. This behaviour often shows up in women who are trying to mask how much they care. She might act chill on the surface, but underneath, her memory is working overtime because her heart is already involved. And it's not just about remembering facts, it's about how she uses them. She recalls your bad day and checks in later. She plays your favourite music when you're in her car. She sends you something funny related to a private joke you made once. This kind of remembering isn't obligation, it's devotion trying to stay quiet. Here's what to do if you notice this sign. Don't make a big deal out of it, but do acknowledge it. Smile, thank her, and maybe even test it a bit. Mention something small, like a niche movie you love or a weird food combo you enjoy. Then forget you said it. If she brings it up days later, that's not just memory, that's meaning. You've taken up mental real estate in her head and heart, and she's nurturing that connection, even if she's scared to show her hand. So don't underestimate the power of the little things, because to her, they're not little at all. They're pieces of you, and she's collecting them because whether she says it or not, she's falling one quiet detail at a time. Sign number 5. Her body language betrays her when words are controlled, filtered, or even withheld. The body keeps the score. A woman may be fighting her feelings. She might keep her texts short, act casually when you speak, and avoid saying anything vulnerable. But her body? That's where the truth slips through. This is one of the most overlooked signs a woman is secretly falling for you, because it's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it's constant and it's revealing. Let's break it down. When a woman is emotionally drawn to you but unsure how to express it, her subconscious mind leaks signals through her non-verbal communication. This includes posture, proximity, micro-expressions, and what psychologists call mirroring. Watch her when she's around you. Does she lean in when you speak, even when it's noisy? Do her feet point towards you in a group setting, even if she's talking to someone else? Does she adjust her clothes, touch her hair, or play with jewelry while you're nearby? These aren't meaningless gestures. They're signs of heightened emotional energy. Her nervous system is reacting to your presence. Increased heart rate, slight anxiety, subconscious desire for closeness. It all manifests in fidgeting, leaning, opening her body language toward you. And the most telling one? Mirroring. When someone mirrors your gestures, crossing arms when you do, laughing right after you laugh, using similar phrases, it's a subconscious attempt to connect. Her brain is trying to sync with yours. It's one of the oldest psychological indicators of rapport and romantic interest. But here's the key. She doesn't do this around everyone, just you. Why? Because she's emotionally invested. Her logical mind might be telling her to play it cool, but her body never got that memo. Other things to look for. She finds excuses to be physically near you, even in group settings. Her eyes flick down to your lips while you talk. She stands or sits, just a little closer than friendly distance. She mirrors your energy. If you relax, she does too. If you lean in, she instinctively leans back toward you. And what makes this sign so powerful is that it's uncontrolled. Body language is harder to fake than words. She may hide behind jokes or sarcasm, but her posture and energy betray the truth. She feels something around you. So what should you do? Don't call it out. That might make her self-conscious. Instead, respond subtly. Mirror her back. Match her energy. Build the comfort. If her body is reaching toward you, allow the connection to build naturally without pressure. Because when a woman is falling for you, but afraid to say it, her body becomes her only honest language. And if you pay attention, you'll realize she's been speaking to you all along. Sign number 6. She runs hot and cold. This is the emotional roller coaster sign, and maybe the most confusing one of all. One day, she's texting you all morning, joking, flirting, sharing personal stories. And the next? Silence, cold responses, maybe even no reply at all. You're left wondering, did I do something wrong? Was it all in my head? No, you didn't imagine it. And no, she's not playing games. What you're witnessing is a woman battling a storm of emotions. This hot and cold behavior often shows up when a woman is falling hard, but afraid to let go of control. It's not manipulation. It's emotional self-protection. When she feels close to you, when her guard slips and she starts feeling safe, that scares her. Maybe she's been hurt before. Maybe she's terrified of rejection or of falling too fast. So she pulls away, almost instinctively. This pattern looks like intense texting, followed by cold distance, deep, soulful conversations that suddenly dry up, plans being made, then cancelled last minute with vague excuses, a warm glance followed by avoidance. She wants to connect, but the moment it feels too real, too vulnerable, she retreats. Why? Because emotional exposure feels like risk, and people who have been hurt or who are scared of being seen too deeply often run from the very thing they crave. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff. She wants to leap, but fear keeps her frozen. So she takes one step forward, then 2 steps back. Psychologically, this is known as approach avoidance conflict. Her desire to connect is constantly clashing with her fear of emotional pain, and that tension plays out in her unpredictable behavior. What should you do? Stay steady. Don't chase. Don't get angry. Don't withdraw completely either. When she's warm, enjoy it. When she's distant, don't take it personally. Give her space, but remain emotionally available. What she needs isn't pressure. It's proof that she can trust you to stay calm when she's confused. And if you feel the same way about her, you can offer gentle reassurance. Say something like, "You don't have to figure it all out now. I'm not in a rush. I just enjoy being around you." That one sentence can lower her defenses more than 100 texts begging for answers. Because people who run hot and cold don't need more heat or more cold. They need consistency. They need your steadiness to help regulate their emotional storm. So if she's going back and forth, don't write her off too quickly. Sometimes the ones who seem most uncertain are the ones who care the most, but are scared to admit how deep that feeling really goes. So now that you've seen the signs, each one subtle, quiet, and easy to overlook, you might be realizing that someone around you has been showing these signals all along. The lingering eye contact, the teasing that always feels a little personal, the body that leans in even when the words pull away. It's all part of a deeper emotional conflict, a battle between wanting to connect and being afraid to lose control. And here's the truth most people miss. When someone is secretly falling for you, it rarely looks like a romantic movie. It looks like hesitation. It looks like sarcasm. It looks like them pulling away, only to come back again. It looks like confusion, because it is confusion. Love that hasn't been accepted yet always shows up in disguise. So if you've been picking up on these signs, don't rush, don't confront, just observe. Let them feel safe in your presence. Let your steadiness melt the fear they haven't yet named. Because if they really are falling for you, what they need most is not pressure, it's emotional safety. And if you're still unsure, ask yourself this: do they act differently around you compared to everyone else? Because that contrast, that shift in energy, is where the secret always lives. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever sensed someone had feelings for you but just couldn't say it? Have you seen any of these signs play out in real life? Drop your story in the comments. I read everyone. If this video helped you see things more clearly, give it a like to support the channel and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden side of love, emotion, and female psychology. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the loudest confessions come from the quietest signals. And when you learn how to listen to what's not being said, you unlock a whole new level of connection. Until next time, stay calm, stay clear, and stay confident.